Hello everyone, I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. My name is Steve, and on this channel, if you haven't already been here before, you will find information tutorials for your Commodore 64 and your Atari 8-bit computer. I more recently focused on the Commodore 64. I try to stay consistent with that, but eventually I'll get back into the Atari again. I'm getting a lot of requests on it, but I like to finish what I started, so I promised people a game and stuff like that, so I'm kind of going along and working through putting one together and everything. So this video is kind of one of those things I've been doing every now and then. It's kind of a questionnaire to you guys to get some response and feedback from you guys. I come up with some things I've been wanting to teach you guys with the Commodore 64, and maybe eventually we'll do this with the Atari too, since I do own both of the books on it. And what my goal is, I'll show you, is to take this book, Mapping the Commodore 64, which is your Bible on the Commodore 64 if you really want to know in-depth programming, and kind of walk you through as many as possible, the registers, probably more the popular ones that you would probably use, and maybe even go over some of the programs. I don't know how long a length this would be. I just want to kind of get your feedback on it. As an example, if you wanted to learn something about, let me go back here in the magazine a little bit here. Like anything in the registers from the 0 page addressing all the way through. So like I'm trying to find one here. I think this is one right here, top page memory. Let's see. Different text to be printed. Well, just to give you an idea of what's going on. So if I took, for example, like this page right here. Right there. So that's, if I go over here, you'll see what register this is. Let me find out where my pen went here. Register location is right here. So this is going to be talking about register location, memory location 648, which shows the top page of screen memory. So the program I was just showing you a second ago there is actually a demo program they used to show how that information works. And kind of stuff like that, I could probably go over it with you. Of course, I'd probably want to put this together as some kind of a project just to give you some of the basics, because if we had to cover all of these, you've got 535 registers, and that's a lot to cover. And not all of them are very detailed. A lot of them just tell you that it might refer to this register, it might be a vector, or whatever it may be. I wanted to go over some of the more common ones to kind of help you guys out if you're really interested in getting into this Commodore 64 programming stuff, like I did back in the days. And if that would really help you guys to get inspired. Because I like to, like as I said before, I like to see some of your own programs and some of the stuff you've been working on. I don't care how basic it is. I mean, just show it to me. Just send me a video feedback or just comment to me and say, "Hey, I'm working on this right now, and I want to get your opinion on it. And kind of see what you think of it and something like that." Because I think and the more we work together, the more I can really see the benefit of this channel toward you. Because this channel is not to sit there and post and show you all the stuff I've done. I'm actually here to try to help you guys. For those who are interested in learning about this stuff, I mean, one of my friends was teasing me at work because I work in customer service right now. I'm not a software developer anymore, sorry guys. But I work in customer service, so I often have a hard time grasping stuff really in a class if it's like instantaneous. If they're going over something and they maybe only gone over it once, that would usually throw me, and I usually have to do it a few different times. Now the whole story behind this is, in the long run though, I can recall a lot of information. And what I really can state this fact is with the Commodore 64, that was back in the 80s and 90s when they designed all this Atari and the Commodore 64 stuff, and I've never forgotten it. I mean, it's just like in the back of my mind. It's like the first thing I can think of. I mean, I could sit there and tell you right off the top of my head as I go through data statements and read them off by their numbers. Like, if I wanted to do a pull, it'd be a 104. If I wanted to do a load the accumulator with 169. If I wanted to store a media, or what's that called, a direct addressing, it's 141. If I wanted to store it into like a Y, it's 157. Just stuff like that just comes right off the top of my head. So the point is, I'm not here to brag or anything. I'm just here to show you that I have not forgotten this stuff. So I mean, I'm really passionate about it. For people who tease me saying, "You don't look that old," I'm like, yeah, I don't. But I've got all this experience dating back to the 80s. So if you guys are interested, let me know and everything about getting back with this. Teaching you all about the memory addresses and the ones that you're going to find most importantly. I'm just pulling up another example to show you. But there's so many in here you'll want to know, especially like when you get into controlling the joystick and stuff. You'll want to know how it reads from the inputs on each of the actual what they call those, the devices or whatever that plug into the back and the front of the Commodore 64 on the joystick ports there. There's so many things you'd want to know that would really be essential, and I think would probably even help you guys advance in your level of understanding and maybe even moving forward in your programming, instead of just being able to produce stuff on the screen, like just having print messages and print stuff in color. You'd be able to do a lot more with your Commodore. Because I mean, back in the days, even with my Atari, I could literally take anything I wanted. If I wanted to create, one time I created a text finder, basically in assembly language, and I passed it into a basic program. I still wish I had it, and it would search and look up tokens, basically. So this is the kind of stuff I really got in back in the days. And I used to also like to design like games and use a lot of basic routine calls directly, which are known as parameter passing. So you basically set up 1, 2, and 3 different parameters. And an example of the Atari would be the USR statement, x equals USR 15 address, comma ADR string, and you'd put you could actually read off the string that way and do it that way. Or you could just say x equals USR to the address of that number. Usually 1536 is like the regular place where people would store common assembly language programs. Obviously on the Commodore 64 it's 49152. And again, that kind of stuff would really help you hopefully get inspired by this, because I'm just wondering, you know, from my own standpoint, looking back and, you know, he's seen you guys questions and stuff like that, is what are you guys getting out of this? Are you really interested in building your own programs? Are you just really curious about it? What would really help you guys to grow and to really want to get involved in this and really jump head first into it and really start writing your own stuff? I mean, is there other kind of things you want to know about the disk drive? Do you want to learn how to save stuff? I could go over stuff like that too, because I studied all that too, even on the Atari as well. But I just really want to know, guys, this kind of a feedback session, because I think that this would really help people push you guys to the next level, which that's my desire again, is really just to see you guys move forward, not to reiterate everything here. I just wanted to know, you know, from your perspective, what is this channel doing for you and what is it not doing for you, and what would you like to see in it? So, you know, I'm kind of pressed for time these days, and I'll be working a 5 a.m. shift here in a couple of days, but I'm going to do the best I can to try to still pull those weekends out. Having no girlfriend makes it a little bit easier. I do miss those, but oh well. We'll see how this all goes, and just give me your feedback, guys. I'm looking forward to hearing them. You guys have a good one.